just arrived at Disney Springs. It's 9:30 in the morning. I believe we're going to open at 10 o'clock. We're in the orange garage today. You can see that there are a few cars here. There's not a ton of cars yet. Some people have parked downstairs, and I guess some people were parked upstairs. We're going to go and see what we need to do now. I'm just about to put my mask on, don't worry. I've got it right here. This is the one I got from Universal City Walk, actually. So I'm going to put that on now, and then I'll see you in a minute. It's supposed to be 92 degrees today here, so this is going to be a good test of this mask to see how well it operates and to see how I feel about it all in this mask. I'm going to be here probably for a couple of hours at least. Once it opens, it's not opened yet. Hi, how are you? Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited to be here. How are you doing? We just passed a sign for temperature screening, so I'm going to get into that now. There actually isn't a big line at all. Here's a sign for COVID-19. This is basically telling you you're entering at your own risk. Anything that happens is on you. So here's one of the signs I saw yesterday on the photographs, just about social distancing and what's required for entry. Good morning, how are you?
Can I get you to
Of course.
Thank you kindly. I'm going to get close, but I will not touch you. You're good to go,
Thanks
sir.
a lot.
Have a good day.
Thank you very much. That's the first hurdle cleared. We got through the temperature check. I'm going to see now if it's actually open or not. They might be doing like an early soft opening for today. It was supposed to be, I think it was 10 o'clock. But people do seem to be wandering around. So it looks like it is open. So I'm glad I got here a little bit early. Here's another one of these. Here's another one of these signs that says you're on your own. So the orange garage is the one that's near Planet Hollywood. If you're unfamiliar, the lime garage takes you out just next to the Polite Pig. We've got police, we've got security, we've got cleaning people. There's the first hand sanitizer. Actually, it's a wash station. It's actually a wash station. It's not hand sanitizer, it's water and soap and paper towels. That's great. And there's the flapless bins. So normally the bins have got flaps on them. In fact, they have got the flaps on them. They're just held in place there. More security there. So there is no bag check here at Disney Springs, unlike at Universal, where City Walk is just part of the overall Universal property. So as soon as you get into City Walk, you're in the property where you'll go to either Islands of Adventure or Universal Orlando. Disney Springs is not like that at all. It's its own part of Disney World, away from the parks. So they're not operating any kind of bag check. I'm at the chicken guy here. This is one of the stores, the retail outlets that's going to be open today. I don't know if they're serving a full menu or what they're doing, but this should, I think, be open at 11 o'clock. Here's their little notices that they've put on the door. Social distancing. I guess they've got some signs inside, some decals on the floor. There's their own special notices for us and for their employees. So I'm guessing all these stores, because of the social distancing, are going to get quite busy. So they've got the 6-foot distancing tapes outside, back to the gate there. There are signs pretty much all over the place, just reminders. Because they've opened early, people are just flowing in. I guess naturally there isn't going to be any big build-up of people at the temperature check, which is great. There was a bit of a build-up at Universal City Walk, but not much, to be honest with you. But Disney have obviously thought, oh, we'll do a soft opening early. I don't know exactly what time they opened, but I'm glad they did. So I'm just in now in the arcade here, and you can see that outside Tommy Bahama's are more of these 6 feet distancing lines, and it looks like these are outside every store. Everything's very calm here at the moment, simply because we're still early. It's still only 9:49 and they're not due to open till 10. So there aren't that many people around at the moment. Disney have put barriers up where you could normally get out to the street. They've put barriers up to force you basically to come and do a temperature check. They've also got the police sitting out there just in case anybody wants to try and get around the system. You have to park in the parking garage, I think. I don't know how they accommodate disabled people, whether there is a drop-off and another temperature check for them, or whether everybody has to go through to the parking garage and get temperature checked there. There are elevators in the parking garage, both to get down to level 2 and then at level 2 to get down from there to Disney Springs. There are going to be 44 retail outlets and food and beverage outlets open today out of about 150 total. And then there are going to be more opening next week with the Disney stores opening on the 27th. And then by June the 1st, June the 2nd, I think mostly everything will be open. So this is Josh D'Amaro and other Disney bigwigs. I guess this is going to be, they're going to welcome people in from line. This is one of the 2 garages that are open. This is Josh just interacting with a couple of guests here. Just so you can see, there's more than me doing this. There are a few people out there with cameras. So it looks like Josh and the crew were just here to get a photograph next to the kind of iconic fountain here as soon as you come out the Lime Garage. Nothing more to it than that. They weren't welcoming anybody there. World of Disney won't be open until the 27th, along with other Disney stores. But they've got their very large decals out on the floor here for when that happens, because I'm sure there's going to be capacity issues in there. Remember that stores can only reopen at the moment at 50% capacity, and although this is a large store, I'm sure there's going to be issues. And the line's out the door, as there was in Universal. Oh, Starbucks is already open, and there's already a line. And unless those people are together, they're not following social distancing. But everybody else is, as you can see, they're all standing on the lines here, which is good to see. That's the first outlet I've seen open in Disney Springs today. As with Universal last week, we've got new helicopters in the sky. to document this, but I'm sure this again is going to be big news all around the place. 10 o'clock, well, what is it? It's 10:07 now, so we're officially open. Shops are starting to open up. Everybody, bar one person who just had their mask under their nose, is adhering 100% to the face covering rule, which is nice to see. I don't know how full we're going to get today. I'm going to keep wandering around, going to a few stores and see what's going on. So I'm here at another entrance where you can get your temperature taken. This is either at ground level or you can come over the bridge. This is for ride share or shuttles from hotels if they're operating, or drop-offs. This is where the taxis normally pick up and drop off, and it's also the bus station for Disney Springs, so you can kind of get an idea of where I am. There's Earl of Sandwich. That's hopefully where I'm going to grab a bite to eat later on, and I don't know what time they open, but I'm going to get in there quite early. So the reason it's going to be early lunch today is when we went to Universal City Walk, we went straight into Bubba Gump's, and by the time we came out there was a line, and I was hearing afterwards that the restaurants had a 2-3 hour line in them. There aren't that many eateries open today for the number of people that I guess are going to come, so lines are going to quickly build up. So, well, I haven't had any breakfast today. I think an early sandwich is going to be called for, so I'll take some footage inside there just so we can see what their social distancing is like. I just asked what the capacity of Disney Springs was at the moment, and Donald, aptly named, said that's not something that they discuss or give out that information. In order to hedge, he did say that it would be different if all cars were carrying one person, like I'm by myself today, and that filled up the parking garages. That would be a different capacity to if cars were carrying several people, or an SUV was carrying 7 people. So I guess, there must be a total capacity, either by car when it fills up or by person when they reach capacity, but he wasn't prepared to tell me. But fair enough, they don't tell you what the capacities of any park is either, so I guess they're just following that rule. These are the tables outside Earl of Sandwich. They don't all appear to have 6 feet distance between them, which I'm actually a bit surprised about. Maybe the tables have, but the chairs definitely don't, so I don't know whether they're just going by table rather than by chair, but it seems a bit odd to me. This is the closest we're going to get right now to a character meet and greet, so say hi to Winnie the Pooh, Piglet and Tigger. Four Rivers Cantina is one of those food outlets that we're going to open today. They're getting ready right now, as you can see. It is starting to fill up a little bit more now. I'm just going to wander over to Basin. Basin's open. Morning. I'm good, how are you? There's no kind of there's no one-way system or anything in the store. People have just got to avoid each other as best they can. They do have the 6 foot distancing decals down as you approach the register, and I think this has always been here. This is the hand washing station, so it's really handy to have a hand washing station in here, and people are making full use of it. Starbucks is now starting to get a little busy. I'm going to start from this angle, because if you look at this angle you might think that people aren't social distancing, but if you walk around you're going to find that they are. So angles can be very confusing and can be manipulated to make people see what they want you to see. So here's these markings on the bridge to tell you to keep right. Now, I've just wandered all across that bridge and really didn't even notice they were there, to be honest with you. I was looking at other stuff. It was only when I came too close to other people I thought, oh, maybe I shouldn't be here. So that's how well that's working right now. Earl McKenna's bakery is open. They're practicing social distancing. It almost looks like a one in, one out situation there because it's a very small shop. T-Rex opens today, I'm guessing at 11 o'clock, which is going to be very soon. I don't know if you can see that, it says maximum building occupancy 945. So they're going to be limited to 50% of that. That's if they can get tables 6 feet apart. So they're going to be, what, 473-ish maximum. There is a line forming for it already. Early lunch for people. If they can get to 473, Earl of Sandwich opens at 11:30. There's already quite a nice line forming for it. A lot of other places I think opened at 11. This is one of the last ones. Actually, that line goes back further than I thought. It goes right back to Once Upon a Time.
Social media. Welcome to our sandwich.
Hey.
How
How you doing? How you doing? And we are open on the dot 11:30. Can you tell how hungry I am? I'm second in line. We've got the full 6 feet distancing things in place, which is good. You can see that they've got the screens in front of the tills there, and everybody's wearing masks and gloves. So I got a tuna melt combo, so I got chips and a drink with that regular drink, and the total on that with the pass holder discount, because don't forget Earl of Sandwich gets pass holder discount, is $11.96 including the tax. That's lunch over. So Earl of Sandwich, I think, had a couple of teething problems there. One with the register, I think they could do with more than one person on the register, and then they had a real backup for drinks because it wasn't self-serve, it's one at a time. They did sort it out fairly quickly. One of the managers and another guy got in, so there was 3 of them doing that, and that line went down very quickly. So this is a bit loose, and so everything, I think once they've got that under control, everything will work just fine. People are adhering to the mask thing. You can take your mask off while you're eating, and then you put it back on again. They are doing refills as well. It's just that you've got to get back in line for a refill, but it's working. You can't really fault it. It's new for everybody, especially today. So you know, you've got to cut them some slack. I only saw one guy getting semi-angry when he said one guy cutting the line, but it's very difficult to see which is the line for grabbing your sandwich and which is the line for drinks. So maybe they need to sort that out, but he was a one-off, this guy, Mr. Angry. But there you go. Yeah, all good. The Polite Pig is open. Doesn't look like it's too busy actually. I thought the Polite Pig would be rammed like it is normally. But they've got all their eating tables outside as well. That's good. There are some people waiting, but not very many. Hey, how are you doing? It's only three people, or 3 groups of people waiting outside for the Polite Pig. So it's now 12:30, and you can see how busy it is, i.e. it's really not busy at all. I don't see many people coming in. So this is a lighter load than I thought it was going to be, which is nice. They've done this, obviously they've opened on a Wednesday because people are generally at work. There are some kids that's off school now, but they're not going to come here really by themselves. So everybody's at work, they're open till I think 10 o'clock tonight, so we might find more people come down after work today. But yeah, for opening time, I think this is the ideal time to do it on a Wednesday. So they can slowly get into it. All the restaurants can understand what's going on, the shops can understand what's going on. The security people can get to grips with things. Hopefully they will put people right if they're not wearing their masks. I've only seen a couple of people really with masks pulled down. I haven't seen any kids not wearing masks except for babies. The only people I've seen who have kind of flouted the rule is adults, and only a couple of them. So just like it was at Universal City Walk, the vast majority of people are following the rules to the letter. So long may that continue. I've seen plenty of people on Facebook saying, well, I'm not going to do it. Well, I'm afraid you're not going to get in if you're not going to wear a mask. Is it the most comfortable thing in the world? No, it's not. It takes a bit of time. It takes a bit of time to get used to it, but it's on. To be honest with you, what's more uncomfortable is the camera bag on my back, which is making my back fairly sweaty. That's more uncomfortable than wearing a mask, to be honest with you. But in terms of real uncomfort, no. You can still wander around, you know, you can still take all this in, you can still shop, you can still eat. Obviously you can eat without the mask on. And all in all, it's still a good experience. It's not the Disney that we're used to, but it's not the Disney that we're going to be used to for a little while, so get used to it right now. If you're coming down here, this is what you're going to have to do. But, you know, I'd still rather be here with a mask on than not be here at all. So, okay, let's see what else is going on around here now. Vera Bradley's open. I think the issue with these smaller stores is that you're going to get no social distancing signs at all. You just got to avoid each other as best you can. And then there'll be 6 foot distancing signs when you get close to the cash registers. Some of these shops, or in fact maybe all of them, are not taking cash at all. So it's card only. This is Colombia's COVID-19 sign. Again, pretty empty. None of these shops appear to be particularly busy. There's Chicken Guy, which is just right in the shadow of the Planet Hollywood. And there's the line for Chicken Guy coming around the corner and back out there. And it's hot. It's, yeah, forecast to be 92 degrees. And it's probably all of that right now. There's Wolfgang Puck's. Plenty of tables available for Chicken Guy. Just a big line for food. It's around 12:30. Here's the entrance to the orange parking garage, and you can see that there are as many people leaving or more as there are coming in. So I just don't think this is going to get any busier than it is right now, at least for the time being, until people maybe knock off work and then come down here to have a look after work. It will get cooler then as well, obviously. That may bring more people out too. The balloon's looking firmly tethered there. That's not going to be operational for a little while. I actually haven't read anything about when this is going to reopen, this attraction. But at the moment, no go. One of the guys there dressed as a balloon captain, he says that it's not beyond the realms of possibility that they may be operating today. And when he gets the call, they'll start operating. I thought it was going to be longer than that, but that's what he says, so let's go with that. As you're probably aware, graduation is a big thing over here, and that's if you're not from America. So these are the first graduates I've seen wandering around Disney, I guess celebrating their graduation, because they're not going to be able to do it at school or university. They're taking out photographs at Disney Springs. Why not? There's worse places to do it. I've come up to House of Blues and it's dead round here, so Cirque du Soleil is closed. House of Blues is closed. This is their funny little sign that they've got. NBA Experience is closed. Splitsville is closed. The AMC Theatre is closed. So really there's nothing going on around here at all. STK open today as well. I don't see a mad rush for tables there. They've got quite a large dining room inside, and also they're allowing people to eat outside. Yeah, there's no line to get in there. Wine Bar George is open, but it looks like they're only doing meals to go. Full food and beverage menu available to go. Again, it doesn't look like they're overwhelmed with custom today. And then coming down here is the boathouse, and the boathouse does seem to have more people standing outside it. Probably one of the most sought after lunch reservations in Disney Springs. You can see people are actually out there having their lunch. Certainly not all the tables are full out there. The amphicar's ready to go. And here's the line. And when people are told to stand 6 feet apart with the markers on the floor, they do it. As soon as those markers kind of peter out, that distance gets a little bit closer. Cooks of Dublin, which is the fish and chip shop. And the hole in the wall. Oh, the hole in the wall looks like it's open actually. So you can get a drink in there. And Raglan Road is unfortunately closed. It's my favourite restaurant. Just the whole atmosphere and the Irish dancing and the bands are just what I want. My cup of tea. That, well, actually my cup of Guinness, but close enough. Frontera Casino is open. People sitting on the balcony there, very nice. Pandora, always people standing outside Pandora. It's quite a small store as well. Yeah, I'm going to walk back up towards the orange parking garage again. Just as it was with Universal City Walk. Yeah, it's very comfortable walking around here. Nobody's on top of each other. 99% of people or more are following the rules. There's absolutely no problem in being in Disney Springs right now. It's just like going to your local supermarket, grocery store. There's no more. You're no more at risk doing this if you think you are at risk in going there. So you know, if you're in the area and you fancy getting out of your house and doing the normal stuff, then come down here. Parking's free, always is at Disney Springs. No charge to park. Somebody asked me about parking at Universal today. That's also free right now. So parking for Universal City Walk is free. It normally isn't because it's part of the overall Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios, but it is now. So yeah, good experience today. Few teething issues, and I'm sure the restaurants are going to be right back up to speed very, very quickly. So that's it. That's it from Disney Springs. I'll see you guys very soon. Cheers for now. Bye bye.